Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Hello readers, if you're enjoying the show, why don't you tell your friends or gaming group, throw us a rating, find us on socials, you know all the different addresses. Right, that's it, we've got to keep going, otherwise we'll never get this thing finished. Let's just push on with episode 236 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Get me to the church on slime. Good evening everybody, good evening. I'm here
Michael.
with the gang.
Good evening.
Evening.
Where were we?
It was all going very weird.
Yes, it's all going very weird. Do we have a brief recap? Shall I roll to see who does the recap? Yes, that's a good idea. I'm going to roll a D10.
Wait a minute. Utter silence.
Yeah.
Shall we roll to a recap?
No.
We're going to roll a D10. Going clockwise, starting
Please
with
no.
Bugraft. Getting a 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas.
Lucas.
On a jet plane. Everyone knows chin.
Everyone knows his chin. So we went back to the cave with the Olgastaster and we did some sort of bag of holding, going invisible stuff to just get past the Olgastaster. And then we went into some vortex, which is basically like the one with the spider back in God knows what episode. So it's all gone black and white and grey scales. Yeah. And then we
Shadow
came
Realm, I
through
think it is, Lucas. Does it have a name?
Shadow Realm.
Does the Shadow Realm have a name?
Well,
Gerald.
no, it's just called the Shadow Realm, though it sort of borders upon a mythical realm that you feel you've, as it were, flirted with the boundaries of, called the Timberdark, which is the realm of the Grey Woods.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Mad Axeman, the Silence in the Forest, the Fella of Souls.
Anyway, we went there and then we came across this lake, which was like one of the lakes was like very clear water and one of the lakes was full of very brackish water.
A pond, small pond.
And then suddenly sort of wizened black and white copy of Sessions appeared.
Again.
And I can't remember what happened after that.
Well, then he beckoned Sessions to go into the pond, puddle, even deep puddle. And
rather surprisingly, he went.
Yes.
Yes.
Curiosity was piqued.
So a sort of shadow.
Possibly I was tired last week.
With the fog lamp eyes, yes.
Yes, with fog lamp eyes. You've met this version of Sessions before in your previous jaunts.
Fucking terrifying it is too.
Can anybody remember why you've gone here?
It's the secret way.
It's the alternative route.
Whatever the dragon is called.
Alternative route.
As
supposed to be the quick
told
route.
to us by Rabadabadas.
Of the Robber-Dub-Dub?
Oh, do you know him?
Yes, we do.
We do know him.
We've met him.
Yes, we know him, yes.
Oh, he's with us, isn't he?
Yes.
That's right. Well, he's kind of with you.
When we bring the three elements together, the pouch, the belt,
Paul.
and the
100 special points to Paul.
Oh, don't give him special points.
I like special points. I'm going to put them in my container.
Yes, you can keep them in that little corner.
Yes, it's been recently cleaned.
So you're using this shadow jaunt, you think, as a way of bypassing the defences of sneaking your way directly into somewhere called the Tabernacle of Worms, which is the lair, you believe, of Dragotha the Dracolich. And where we know things, Sessions had been encouraged to join the shadow version of himself in this pool. Their heads sunk below the water and the water in the pool started to glow. That situation continues past the point where you would expect somebody to come back up for air. I don't know if anybody wants to intervene.
Oh, no,
this
is
fun. The water is
fun.
glowing, but there's no sign of any shapes or whatever. Well, if you stand around waiting for Mike to tell you what happens...
Yeah, we do that.
Only one Sessions emerges.
Uh-oh.
Graham, Sessions is forever changed. Or, should we say...
Ruined
as a character. Sessions is now...
Screwed over. Reverted to first
level.
No
ability to fly or float. The fog lamp eyes have gone dim. You're a first level halfling
shopkeeper.
Cure Light Wounds is your chosen spell today.
Well, you've got a scroll of Cure Light Wounds, so, use it wisely. No, you are of Fog Lamp Sessions. That means that there are some changes. Many little halflings your age go through some changes. Let me tell you about those changes sessions, because they're basically good.
Disappointing.
Thanks, Dan.
Nice to have some encouragement, isn't it? Positive camaraderie.
Right, first of all, you gained the Grave Domain. It's from Xanathar's.
Xanathar's Guide to Gross.
You can dig that out yourself, little Seshi lad.
Right.
We're going to call you Fog Lamp Sessions from now on.
Okay.
You feel more at home here than you did, and you feel that you've got a set of shadow memories and experiences which you can't directly call upon, but you know that they're there and they make you feel comfortable with being in this place, navigating this place. Your coin sessions that you routinely flick between your fingers as a sort of fetish of the Lady Luck Misfortune, it has changed. We used to have a ladder on one face and a snake on the other. Now it has a ladder with an entwined snake on one face and a symbol of the Grey Woodsman, the axe in a tree stump, on the other face.
Okay.
And you feel like, how to put this, you don't worship him, but you are connected to the Grey Woodsman in some way now. Some sort of avatar or some sort of connected person. Your fog lamp eyes, you can switch on and off as a free action. They illuminate 30 foot bright, 30 foot dim. And of course, they light up everything. You can fly with the same stats as the broom, little Seshi McLad, but you don't need the broom anymore. Your legs are atrophied. They sort of dangle below you as you float. Your walking speed has fallen to 15 feet, 3 squares.
Scary.
Nice. Very
you
nice.
can now summon as a spiritual weapon a spectral great axe. It very closely resembles the axe being held by Buggy, which you now covet.
Get away from my axe. Get off.
The effect of the new spiritual weapon is you can add a d8 of damage at all levels. So it's 2d8 cast at second, and then 3d8, 4d8, 5d8, and so forth. That is kind of it. You feel that your aspect is going to change depending upon which environment you are in, but you don't know to what extent.
Right. And alignment?
So probably not when I'm not in the demi.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah.
You feel like you're permanently changed. You just think that perhaps you'll appear in full colour when you're... Anyway, let's worry about that if you ever escape this place.
Any twinges on the alignment compass?
Well, certainly your divine sense scaly is not being triggered.
Mm-hmm. But he's now scaly, non-scaly, isn't he, basically?
The Grey Woodsman is not necessarily evil.
Neutral.
Mutually evil.
Well...
Neutral with a tinge of evil.
He's the deity of death, and death is a natural thing.
Yes. So neutral.
You understand this to a greater extent than you ever have, Sessions. You now understand that the undead and those that worship the undead and the necromantic arts are anathema to the Grey Woodsman because they steal souls and spirits from his realm. And the Grave Domain, if you check into that domain, you will see that those values are reflected.
Is that a replacement domain, or is it...
It's an additional
So
domain.
he's still got the Tempest one.
Graham just got a load of extra stuff for free, apart from the funny legs.
Here's the funny legs. Have to
You
look
don't
at
need them anymore.
Haven't used them in a while anyhow.
Yeah, right. You're just floaty.
Are they going to drop off at some point?
Cost an anti-magic shell, Graham. Let's see what happens.
You know the droid, the drone in Return of the Jedi?
Yes. Empire Strikes Back.
Sorry, yes. At the beginning of the Empire Strikes Back. Yes.
The total nerd. I apologise.
Well, God, that's the last thing we need here. Anyway. That one. And it's a sort of bulbous thing with these little dangly, really thin, spindly little limbs. And it kind of floats about. Well, think that. Now what would you like to do?
Graham, can I have your broom? That was
cool. What happens when I need my broom somewhere else?
That's a good point. One of us who can't fly now can now fly.
Yeah. I might lend you my broom in exchange for something else.
I'd be happy to exchange you something for a broom. Very happy
Can't
to.
imagine Scaly on a broom.
That'd be amazing.
Scaly on a broom would be quite funny.
So we've got
Graham, have you thought
Buggy.
about my offer of
spooky sessions
in exchange for the door?
Yeah.
Oh, that. Yeah, I had thought about that.
I thought about that and completely ignored it.
No, I'd forgotten that I thought about it, but I had thought about it. Maybe.
This fascination.
The rod and the glove. How about the rod and the glove?
I have something going on here with Buggy, I'm afraid. The fascination with the door is just a little bit too much.
The rod and the glove sounds like a slightly fruity novel.
Yes.
So this pool doesn't go anywhere, so we need to proceed forward. Is that correct?
This is very much up to you. You can see that the passageway past the pool runs down over a set of natural steps to another pool this is the pool that Paul had remembered. Looks sort of brackish and stagnant, whatever. Unlike the baptism pool that Sessions has just emerged from, and then seems to kind of turn north. So you think there's a way on there.
Okay, well,
right.
Head northwards.
Yeah, gonna walk around the edge of the.
Yeah,
let's
tiptoe your way along the side.
Tiptoe along the side, and
you can hear the hoots and squeals of creatures in directions and distances unguessable. Makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, apart from Sessions, who just knows it's the natural sound of a lovely place.
When Buggy goes to sleep, is Session going to go and try and nick the axe?
I think Session sounds like a probe now with a book-like eyes.
I agree with you.
Atrophied legs.
That did spring to mind that he is officially probe 1 now,
floating eerily in front of the party.
Yeah, this is his domain.
Yeah, he's definitely not floating at the front, but he'd like to be within 30 feet of everyone else.
It's going to reveal perhaps a little bit more. There's another little spur with a pool.
There's what looks like broken. What was a bridge or something?
Yeah, it looks like logs or something.
Yeah.
Now as Buggy turns the corner, you can see that you've reached a point where there is a stream that is running from your left to your right, Uncle Buggy. And bridging that stream is I wouldn't describe it as a bridge, a sort of makeshift assembly of logs that looks like you have to be slightly careful navigating. As in, they might be a bit rolly and unsteady. But the important thing is that where the stream disappears into the rock, you feel that that's followable into, areas that you feel less comfortable about. And perhaps that's really where the sounds and night noises are coming from.
Should we go there?
That's the only way forward.
And then these logs cross over to a flat area of rock, and then it looks like it drops away. Do you want to keep moving?
Now, just a bit of detail on here.
Coming and the
just
others.
A bit of detail. Could we?
Sorry.
Is it possible to cross without going on the logs? Is it just like we could actually ford the stream and not worry about the logs?
Well, it is for Sessions.
Sessions, can I borrow your broom quickly just to get across here, so I don't have to bother rolling anything I'm going to fail?
I'm going to hang on to one of his spindly legs.
Ow! He might come off. They're going to drop off eventually, aren't they? It's going to be like lamb's tails.
Well, let's hope they don't.
The Mekon.
Yeah.
The Mekon.
Yeah. Can I borrow your broom, please, Sessions?
Can I borrow your broom, please, Sessions?
Can't you fly anywhere? Oh, we can both get
my fly comes from my mandolin. In fact, I have another fly. That's true. I do have another fly. The thing is, the mandolin does some useful spells, but it ties up a slot, and I'd really like to use the Rod of Evasion, because that means 3 times a day I can do fireballs at maximum strength. Which is what I'm currently giving up for the Kenneth mandolin, which does up to 3rd level spells, so they're not that powerful, but they can be quite useful. Do you see what I mean? So I'm tempted to swap.
The Metamagic Rod. Not Rod
Metamagic Rod, yeah. The Metamagic Rod. I've got a Ring of Evasion as well, which I'd like to use, but I have no room for it.
Crikey. Gross.
Sorry to be a nerd.
Yeah.
I mean, I can carry somebody, basically.
Well, let's just get across.
I can move over
However we do it.
Well, I can fly with my swords, but I also want to swap my
You've been carrying Buggy
move.
since you joined the adventure, Parker.
Come on, let's just get across.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. I mean,
Which way does it go?
Sessions is weirdly, bearing in mind that he's the most comfortable here, is hanging back.
That's just because I'm trying to read the...
He's trying
It's
to
not quite clear to me which direction it goes.
Well, it goes northeast, Lucas. There's steps going down, basically.
Those are steps going down, right? Okay, well...
Natural steps. Just a series of...
There we go.
Leading to
leading down into a pit.
Another vortex.
And in the centre of the pit...
Let's go.
Well, are you taking me across?
is a large
Yeah, I'll take you
vortex.
across.
Thank you.
That's a drop down of about,
across.
I don't know, 8
Thank
or
you.
9
I'll take
feet
Burple
across a
if you
series of ridges.
Right, dive in.
Just
Sessions can just float along. Sessions, you cast a slightly wistful glance up and down the stream as it disappears out of this area and perhaps into other places that you like.
Okay, well, let's have a quick look around this. What's on this far side before we jump into the vortex?
Scenery.
Is it just scenery?
There's nothing here apart from
Sessions has the feeling that going along that stream would be a nice thing to do. Have I understood?
A nice thing for him, certainly. You look down there and you think, oh God, where does that lead? And you hear the sound of night creatures, hoots, screeches, screams, the sense of foreboding.
Do we want to go down there and have a look?
Lovely down there.
Foglamp thinks, home.
You've been in the Shadow Realm and you've reached the point where you feel it borders along the Timber Dark. It's the same feeling. You think you'd be leaving the Shadow Realm and heading into the Realm of the Dead.
Okay.
I think metagaming, the idea is that we go into the vortex and not go up the stream.
Have any feeling as to where this comes out?
Yeah, do I have any feeling as to where this comes out?
Somewhere else.
To another realm.
You don't know.
Okay.
You could always ask.
Who can I always ask?
Tonight's beer, by the way, is Track Brewery.
I'm going to step into the vortex.
Pale. Very nice.
Very nice.
Step or hop down into?
Hop down into.
Okay, Burps hops into the vortex. Anybody else going to hop into the vortex?
We going, Scaly?
Yep.
Well, if Purple's gone, I guess let's go.
We'll all jump
zip down into the vortex with Scaly.
Sessions goes in last, so it's Burple, Scaly, Buggy, Parker, Sessions is the order.
Is the order in which we're going to die.
Yeah, it does matter, yeah.
Shit.
Right, well, let's start with Burple.
Oh, God.
Time dilates and contracts. You hang in blackness for what might be forever, but then at the same time could only be a second. Let us move you onto a new map.
I'm invisible. I have my Cubiforce up, and I'm peering in from the ethereal plane.
Yeah, not really there. This is just an illusion.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really you, is it? It's a little puppet of...
Yeah. It's a simulacrum.
It's a version of you that is immune to all damage.
Yeah.
Right, exactly right. I'm just going to mark some stuff up on an area into which you are about to be plunged. You drop from the ceiling of a chamber. Purple. Very close behind you, you could feel the imminent presence of Scaly. Scaly, you're pretty certain that just behind you is Buggy.
Yeah, I can smell him.
It's an immense hall with a vaulted ceiling.
Are we coming up through or down into?
No, down through.
Yeah.
The floor is of highly polished emerald, stone or marble. You can also see that to your east there is a staircase, a flight of stairs leading up to a passageway. You glimpse as you plummet earthwards that there is a single writhing door of worms in the west wall.
This is all very Douglas Adams, isn't it, with the whale plummeting to earth?
A what of worms in the west wall?
Door of worms. Like it's a door, but it's made out of writhing worms.
Nice.
Doesn't sound nice at all.
Everything is lit by a dim green radiance, just enough to read by. Around you, arranged at floor level, a floor level to which you are rapidly plummeting. There are numerous alcoves.
It's a nice big round ground. Let's call it the ground. That was it, Douglas Adams. The whale.
Each of which is that makes you a bowl of petunias.
That's right.
Nicely done.
That's right.
Each of these alcoves glows with a golden light.
Can I have a spell? Cast a spell?
Hold up. Contains. I'm just talking about what flashes through your mind in the last moments you have of, and then we'll worry about the rest of it. Nice. Each of those alcoves, glows with a golden light, contains some sort of freestanding portal. There's a bank of stone pillars supporting this vaulted ceiling. Directly beneath you, about to break your fall, there is a 15-foot wide fountain of green liquid which churns and sloshes. Standing on a pedestal in the center of the fountain, and therefore approaching you extremely speedily, is a humanoid statue. From your vantage point, which is not perfect, it seems to be dressed in tattered robes, and its hands and part of its face seem to be visible and appear to be made of hundreds of worms. Now, what are we going to do with you, Burps? What are we going to do? Do you have anything that you can cast as a reaction?
As a reaction? Yes.
Okay. Is it going to be useful? That green liquid in the fountain looks like bad news. So we're going to think about how you might best avoid it and how you might best soften your landing. That's kind of it.
I thought you could fly.
I can, but I can't. I don't have an action.
You don't have an action?
No, the only thing I've got is shield, which I can cast as a reaction.
You can see an acrobatics check in your very near future, Burple.
Right.
You're going to get the opportunity as you interact with this statue to try and sort of bounce or kind of jiggle yourself. No, I was going to say jiggle yourself off. That doesn't sound right.
Really?
Okay,
away
deflect yourself away from the pool using the statue.
Yeah.
And a well-timed kick or bounce.
Okay. Acrobatics or athletics? Just acrobatics.
It's an acrobatics check. At this instant, as you're making this check, you're acutely conscious of the sound of a surprised dragonkin behind you.
Yeah. Right. What's the DC?
Well, we'll worry about that in a moment. No, it's not actually that difficult. It is a DC 17 acrobatics check.
26.
Nice. You can bounce yourself off. Oh, it's me again. Sorry. Now make another acrobatics check to try and soften your landing.
24.
Okay, so you take only 4d6 damage from the fall. 16 points of bludgeoning damage. And place yourself in one of the squares in the periphery of the fountain. Your choice. Scaly, same issue. Have you got a reaction?
Yes.
That is relevant? Otherwise, it's acrobatics check and we'll start queuing people up.
I don't know if it's relevant. I've got one of those cartoon little umbrellas I can open up.
Yeah, that's not relevant.
No? Oh, God. Can I do an athletics check instead of acrobatics?
No.
That's really not very fair or kind.
It's not kind.
Can I do
it? Is fair.
What about persuasion?
Don't tell me you're going to try and intimidate it.
The next one was intimidate. I'm going down. All right, acrobatics.
You are going down. That's the entire point.
Round I'm going down. 16?
In total?
Yep.
Would you like to use your Ort dice? It's your opportunity to avoid the fountain, which may not be that bad.
No, actually, I don't.
You're going to fail.
I'm going to fail then. I'm going to fail.
Okay, so you're into the fountain. We'll worry about you in a moment. Buggy, your chance to deflect yourself away from the fountain.
Do these count as dexterity saving throws by any chance?
They're not saving throws, but they are dexterity skill checks.
Yeah, I would have been at advantage, but I didn't need it.
Does it mean I get advantage because of my barbarian dexterity against effects that you can see?
It's not a saving throw. No.
Not the same principle, though. I suppose not. Okay.
No, it's not the same principle. But it is the same principle, but it doesn't apply in this instance.
Okay. Oh, dear. That's not very good.
Well, let's see what happens.
You're doomed.
Might make it. Nope. Okay. Right, that's not good. Parker.
Well, I use my Urt.
Are you going to use your Urt dice?
Does it look like green slime?
It does.
It does.
Well spotted.
Well, it's green and it's bad, so it's going to be green slime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will roll my Urt. Fucking stupid dice rolls. So that's a 9, and I get a D10 extra, do I?
You do. So you just need...
Oh, another 9. 18. Hurrah.
You make it. You deflect yourself away from the fountain, and now you can try and soften your landing with another acrobatics check, which 18. You make.
Great.
You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage and place yourself in a square in the periphery of the fountain.
I'm
your
on the
choice.
Southeast.
Parker, your
turn.
Did
I understand this? I've only got the chance to use a reaction.
Yes.
Yes, if you've got a reaction...
Well, my reaction I can use when I fall to reduce any falling damage I take by 85 points. So
right,
that should get rid of the...
Yeah, that's the end of that problem, damage. I think we can say.
But then I also have to roll to avoid falling in the fountain, is that correct?
Yeah, that is exactly it.
I was just thinking... Oh no, Step of the Wind is a bonus action, so I can't do that. Okay, fair enough. 11. No. I will use my luck. Yes,
there you go.
22. There you go.
Lovely. We will handwave the last bit, and Sessions floats. Sessions, you drop down through the vortex. You have the same experience as everybody else, but you just emerge and you see the room as I have described it to Burple. Scaly,
Yeah.
you fall into the green slime in the fountain. Do you want to give me another acrobatics check to see if you can sort of soften your fall a little?
I made a mistake in doing what I did, I think. But there we go.
Nope. You take the following bludgeoning damage.
Yes. Before I take all the other bits of shit that go along with green slime.
Well, it's really not as bad as I don't know. Depends on your point of view. Okay, well, you take 28 points of bludgeoning damage.
28 points of damage, I really did.
And you are immersed in green slime.
Yes.
Immediately, you take 23 points of acid damage, and you are immersed in the stuff.
Right.
Let's just run round in order of your emergement. Burps, what would you like to do? You got a turn.
I don't really know, actually, Michael.
So you've got these alcoves all around you. They have got glowing golden portals set into the backs of them. You've got a set of double doors to your south that you can now see. They are also made out of worms. Worms held in some kind of force field or something in order to make it into a door. Writhing worms. And then you've got a staircase off to your east. Oh, and you've got Scaly immersed in green slime in this fountain.
Well, I'll keep away from him. I don't want to get any on me.
Right, exactly. I want to make sure you were warned properly. I'm going to remove the vortex from our map to make it clear where this statue is, because the vortex is masking it.
Okay, I'm going to cast Detect Magic, and I'm going to scan the room.
What do you get in the first turn? I mean, in
One
your
moment,
first
please.
turn. Yeah.
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Well, first of all, the glowing golden portals, well, certainly the ones within 30 feet of you, are magical.
Wow.
Would really
not have guessed
surprise
that.
you. I know. It's a conjuration aura. I don't know if actually you get that from just instantly.
It does say the school of magic. Yeah.
Oh, that's if you use your action, though, isn't it? And your action has just been used on casting the spell.
No, for the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature.
Yeah, but you haven't got an action. I think we had this discussion before. You use your action to cast the spell.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't matter, because it's not really giving away any special secrets.
Next round.
There's all sorts of stuff going on with the statue, and there's magic around the doors with the writhing worms, and there's some sort of magic involved in the dim green illumination. There's quite a lot of magic, basically. Okay, next it's Scaly.
Well, I have a little... I can't... Can I prod and move? No, I suppose I can't. Do I need an action to prod?
No, I think we're saying that you can prod and move. You just move at half speed.
Okay. I'm heading east.
Towards the staircase.
Towards the staircase, yeah.
Scaly.
Well, Scaly's going to get the hell out of Dodge, as it were. Hell out of the...
So you're going to clamber out of the fountain. That's a move action.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm saying you can do that as part of normal movement, but it makes it difficult ground.
So, what?
You've got an action. What do you want to do with your action?
I'm going to go up and give Burple a cuddle. Going to writhe over him with some slime. No, I'm going to...
You reckon you can remove a certain amount of this stuff with an action?
I think that's...
But not all of it.
That's what I will do.
Roll a...
I have this thing called Cleansing Touch. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it a...
No.
It's not a spell.
No, this is... You're just covered in sticky
goop.
Green acid.
Okay. Well, in which case, that will do. I'll spend my action to do it.
Okay. Make a dexterity check.
Check or saving throw?
Just a straight dexterity check. It's not a saving throw.
So +3. Well, that's great. I get a 7. Enormous.
7. Okay, you remove a disappointingly small amount of slime.
Gotcha.
Uncle Buggy.
Firstly, this evening I am drinking some wine.
Well done.
Oh.
Yes.
Not bread and butter pudding wine again.
No, it's a Sainsbury's Taste the Difference discounted Italian wine. It's very nice.
It just says Italian wine on the bottle, doesn't it?
Well, this evening I'm drinking Cotswold's single malt whiskey. Ooh. It's very nice. It was a birthday present, and I've bizarrely still got quite a lot of it left. God knows how.
We had a Burns night thing, and we had multiple whiskies because people brought whiskey. As you know, I like the idea of it in principle, but in practice I never actually drink it. I've still got that bottle you bought for me for my 40-something birthday.
Yes. The Japanese one.
stuff.
Yeah, Japanese
which
one.
turns out to be fantastically expensive, and the older it gets, the better it gets.
Oh, it's
but anyway,
brilliant.
And it was quite interesting. I mean, just the different. I mean, I just I have a tin ear, if that's the right phrase for this kind of thing.
I love whiskey.
But it is a big spectrum between the sort of mellow, almost bourbony stuff, which I think is my preference.
The sweeter styles.
And then the full-on licking a stone at the bottom of a mountain lake, metallic peaty,
and really peaty stuff.
Granite stuff.
I like it all. I love them all. They're all different. It's great.
Yeah. It certainly made the evening
move.
Anyway. It made the room move.
How did the morning feel?
No, I was fine.
Yeah.
I was fine. Everybody was very sensible. It was more of a sort of tasting kind of thing. But it's just odd when you find yourself drinking neat spirits in the middle of the day.
In the middle of the morning. I know, it's awful.
Yeah. Oh, no, not in the morning or the afternoon.
No.
The thing with whiskey is it's so incredible how much it changes when you just put a few drops of water in it. Just a few drops and it just changes it completely.
Right.
Anyway, back on.
Were we ever off?
Okay. Does Scaly look like he's going to be able to get all the green slime off in time?
In time for what?
Before he's dissolved.
He looks like he's being eaten away by it. You think he's a while away from total disappearance.
Okay.
But you don't think he really helped himself massively with his last attempt to clear stuff off.
No.
So he probably doesn't need help, firstly. And then secondly, it's probably not as lethal as it used to be, green slime. Where basically you had 1d4 rounds to get it off or turn into a green slime yourself.
Don't think that'll be the case here, but you never know.
From the first edition.
I'm afraid I'm unable to comment.
Who knows?
Ooh, crikey.
Well, let's wait and see. Let's see if it turns into green slime.
18th level.
It's
There's only
fun to
one
watch.
way to find out.
18th level magic user.
the
Here
door,
we come.
sorry, the door with the worms is the western door, is it?
The door with the worms is the western door.
And
It's a
the-
single
the southern door.
It's a standard sized door, and then there's a double door to the south.
Anything unusual about the double doors? I might go up to those.
Yeah, wormy.
Oh, they're all worms. Okay.
They're like writhing worms kept in a door shape by some kind of infernal magic. Eldritch enchantment.
The columns holding up the ceiling are in a rather odd configuration. I mean,
I don't draw the maps, mate. It's just what I just...
okay, it doesn't look, because I'm a dwarf. Sorry, I've got a dwarven belt, rather.
You got a dwarven belt, that's the same.
Sorry.
It's not quite the same thing.
I'm turning into a dwarf. That's what happens with the
I'm
belt.
wearing a leather belt. That doesn't make me a bison, you know.
No, but you do start turning
You
into
just
a bit of
happen
a
to
dwarf.
be one.
So I don't find
I
anything
have to have
unusual
horns
about...
and live on the plains.
Yep.
You what?
There's nothing unusual about the columns.
Not particularly. Everything's sculpted out of this polished green stone or marble. Let's say marble.
Okay. I will move along the edge of the room up to the foot of the stairs.
Yes, at the top of the stairs, you can see, even from your disadvantaged viewpoint,
Vertically
that
challenged.
they lead to a landing, and on the far side of the landing is another door made of writhing worms. And you think that there may be a left turn at the top of that landing and maybe more stairs. In fact, you don't think. You know.
Well, I'll go up to the top of the stairs and peer down.
Peer up.
Peer up. The turning.
Stairs continue.
The worms
Search
don't seem to react
Lord
to our
Sugar's
presence,
apprentice.
do they?
Continues. Uncle Buggy, you reveal an area that I will describe to you. And then, Lucas, I'm going to be straight back with your question. Another one of your questions. God. God. Another question from... Oh, God.
So I've done a single move up to that point.
It's a 20-foot high hall, the walls and floors and ceiling of which shimmer and waver with green light. That's the hallway at the top of the second flight of stairs that head north. So up some stairs to your east, a 2x2 landing, and then stairs continue to climb to the north. Top of those stairs, there's a hallway ending in double doors. The double doors are wriggly worm doors again. There's a door towards the end of that hallway on your right, that is to the east. More wiggliness.
Do you think that the people who wrote this are trying to hint at something in kind of the setup? Do you think we're going to get someone just find some ogres? Or do you think they're... But I don't know.
Do you know who wrote this, Paul?
No.
James Jacobs wrote this.
Oh, he wrote...
Very inexperienced, you see.
He wrote some of Rise of the Rune Lords, and he's the director of story at Paizo and our old friend of the pod.
That's right.
Hello, James.
Hi, James. It's just... I don't know. There's a hint. There's something I just... On the tip of my tongue in how it's all been described. Subtle. It's really subtle. I like it.
A little bit scary, really. Don't really fancy the doors, but I'm going to go back to the double doors.
They don't fancy you either.
Right, well, that's a lot of running around from Uncle Buggy. What about Parker?
Fast and completely inefficient.
Well, it's not Parker, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's the other one.
Yeah, whatever it is.
One day
You had a
there'll be a
question.
big reveal.
Oh, God, I
I
hope
was
not,
just
Parker.
interested. I mean, the worms are just writhing, but they're not like, if we go near the door, so as Buggy went up round the corner, they didn't sort of like
No, they seem
try
to be.
and reach in his direction.
It's magic, but the
Yeah.
effect is as if they were encased in glass.
I will search these alcoves. So
Well, the
around-
one thing you notice straight away in Sessions notice is that one of the alcoves to the southwest seems to extend back a little into a dark, recessed space.
that
there.
one. All right, well, I'll go and have a closer look at that then.
Well, Parker, let me describe to you what you see when you peer. Well, first of all, I need to roll a d6. Okay.
It's a 6.
You're just looking in. It's a
First of all,
cavern.
yes.
10 foot by 10 foot.
You can't see the ceiling from where you're standing. That's kind of it, really.
So it's a little cavern, and you
It's a little
can't,
10 foot by 10 foot rough
but you can't see
cavern.
where the ceiling is. So it's almost like
I
it's
think
like
when
a
standing
chimney
where-
flue, that kind of thing.
Well, possibly where you're standing, you'd need to kind of duck your head in and have a
Yeah,
look,
you need
or
to
step
go
in, I
in.
think, a little to properly see the ceiling. That's what
you
I'm
need
really
to
saying.
go in to properly see it. Yeah.
You haven't got the angle. You're going to step in or not? Don't have to. I mean, I would personally advise against it, but
I will check the area for traps and prod the square in front of me.
are you
With a pole.
scrutinizing the area,
Yes.
looking for specific
Yes.
details?
Yes.
Giving it an investigation
check. Yes. And I get a 9, which is just...
9. Well, you don't see anything that gives you pause.
All right.
Looks perfectly normal to
Well,
you.
that's my round then, isn't it?
A little foggy, seshy boy floating there. What do you want to
Come
do?
here with your pretend legs.
I'm just wondering if there's anything I can do constructively to help.
Well, you could sort of try and open one of these doors.
Yeah, I was thinking whether there's anything to help old Scaly.
Scaly boop.
Scaly Boop.
Scaly boop.
Scaly boop.
The
Yeah.
hell is Scaly
He's
Boop?
trying to come across as kind of more approachable these days.
So is he now?
Scaly boop.
Well, it's not working.
Clearly.
It's not. No.
Sounds stupid.
He's currently covered in green acidy slime.
Yes.
Right.
I
Standing
don't
there.
really
Most
have anything that
approachable
does
person
green acidy
ever.
slime.
Do you have kitchen towel?
Kitchen towel.
Wee on him.
Yogurt.
Float over the top of him and wee on him. It's like jellyfish.
He normally pays for that.
I mean, I would encourage that, Sessions. In fact, you can do that as a bonus action.
It's a free action.
There's a free action
To
that
cross
you can,
the
of
road and
course.
piss on somebody.
Urinate
You
on
know,
Scaly.
if this
Yes.
was first edition, we'd be scared about green slime.
Yeah.
We should
is
be
how
scared
things
about
have
green slime. We're just being
deteriorated.
rather
We're not even bothered.
flippant.
If it was first edition and you were a 19th level barbarian, you wouldn't be scared of green slime.
Yeah, it would.
You'd have a +2
You'd be green slime within 1d4 rounds.
shield of anti-green sliminess.
You're so full of magic. If you
Yeah.
rummage
Rattling
it
it loads of
behind
One
you
of your
like a
8 bags you're
caravan.
holding.
Yeah.
True.
Loads of magic. It's all about the magic.
Those were the days.
Sessions, if you had something, it'd be lovely. But if you don't, I won't be
Well,
too worried about it.
Okay, I don't really seem to have anything. But if you
Okay.
go down, I'll heal you, obviously, at some
Bless
point.
you. Thank you so much.
What about trying to open these
of
double
course, he's
doors?
turned into a slime.
Yeah.
Can't open the double doors, Graham? Or destroy the worms on the double doors?
Double does.
Well, there's fire good against.
Double
Double
Fire.
doors. Do a flame
There's green
strike on the
slime.
double doors.
I could do.
I
does.
thought you were going to drop a flame strike on me.
Yeah, I was. I was thinking I could do
that
Sacred
would
Flame
do
on
it.
you. Just burn it
go
off.
on. Yeah,
Oh,
go
but
for it.
it's
Do it.
flame
What
strike on
the
the
hell?
double doors.
Nobody's talking about doing it.
I think lightning's good. I was thinking of doing a lightning
Why
bolt
didn't
at
one
you.
of you do lightning and one of you
See
do
if
fire?
that worked.
No, but we'd just do like
Gently stroke coming
Some
with
ice
flame.
damage.
flame off
See if
the
that kills it.
green
Slide it
slime.
off my
Yeah,
axe.
go for it. Do it. Why not?
Yes.
Crack on.
Okay, I'm going to move over and do Sacred Flame on
On Scaly.
Scaly's green slime.
Bless you. Thank you.
You're going to struggle to separate Scaly from the slime.
I think the point is to kill the slime, and Scaly's easier to heal afterwards. If he's all
Good.
dissolved, it doesn't really make any difference.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very good.
How much damage does your Sacred Flame do?
48 plus 6.
How much is it covered? Is it a single target you can see? Blah, blah, blah.
A flame-like radiance descends on a creature you can see within range. The creature must succeed in a dexterity saving throw.
I need hear no more. Scaly, you are de-slimed, but you take the sacred flame damage.
That's fabulous. Thank you so much. Ow. Ooh, that stings.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, it smarts a bit.
22 points of sacred flamey damage.
Oh, thank you so much. Never been so grateful to receive damage.
Right, I'm going to roll a dice. Here we go.
5.
Getting a 5. Interesting.
Oh,
very interesting.
It is interesting, isn't it?
Let's have another go round the table, starting with Burps.
Oh, okay. I'm going to move up to the western door, and I'm going to attempt to push it open with my sword.
So you're going to push the point of your sword into the door?
Tentatively pushing it, see if it gives. If it's hard, then I'm going to try and push the door open.
Give. The contact of the point of your sword against whatever it is that's maintaining the structural integrity of this worm sheet, well, there is no give.
So it feels solid.
It feels solid. Give me an intelligence check.
Really? I'm good at lots of things, but not that one. 8.
Okay, yeah. Clearly feels solid.
I'll try pushing the door open.
Doesn't move.
Okay, is there a handle or anything?
Nope. It's just a sheet of writhing worms.
Okay. I think that's probably around.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Scaly?
I think what I'm going to do, on the basis that we might hit something pretty nasty soon, is I'm going to do a full-on lay on hands on myself, which is on action for 90 points. Well, it's not quite 90 points for whatever I've taken.
Uncle Buggy?
Hold on a minute. That's an action. I've still got to move.
Oh,
God, sorry.
Jump back in the fountain.
I'm going to move round the fountain through Burple, and I'm just going to stand next to Parker, if it is the real Parker.
We've established that it isn't.
Yeah. But I'm going to be near him.
Yeah.
There we go. Right.
Okay. So, readers, we have a left to right temple of some sort, high ceiling of which is supported by columns, the western end of which is dominated by a fountain. There is a door made out of worms, the eastern end of which there is a staircase that leads up into an area that Uncle Buggy's had a look at and then decided looks a bit scary. In the middle of the southern wall, there is a double door made out of worms. All around the chamber, there are alcoves with glowing golden portals or shimmering somethings within them. And in the southwestern corner, there is an opening into another little chamber or cave. And there we have Scaly, Parker, and Sessions gathered. Next on our list of people, it is Uncle Buggy.
Don't really know what to do. I might do a guiding bolt on the door.
The double door.
Yeah.
To the south.
Yeah.
You're going to zap it.
It's radiant damage. +8 to hit. Oh, fuck. It's a door. It's not going to be hard to hit.
Do you miss the door? I don't think you do. It's an object.
Good. 12 points of radiant damage.
When you do that, Buggy, you do damage
the rules
door.
For hardness and stuff.
Damaging the door. I have the rules here. I have everything here.
10 hit
You don't
points.
feel you've done that much because of You are sprayed with worms that burst forth from the fissure you have created in the door.
Right.
They seem to be spectral and they seem to solidify within you, Uncle Buggy. I'm just going to roll a number. Like a lot of worms.
Oh, shit.
Would you like to move as well as do that?
So they're spectral worms. They've automatically burrowed into me.
They've automatically burrowed into you. Yes.
But they're not real. I mean, they're spectral, right?
Well, they were spectral. Now you feel like you're sharing your body with a lot of worms.
Yeah.
That don't feel that spectral now they're wiggling about.
Does the door still look like a solid layer of worms?
Yes, it does. It looks like you've damaged it a little, but you don't feel like it's at the point of collapse or anything.
So I need to do a heal on myself, don't I? Okay, take my clothes off and then go and jump in the fountain of green slime, swim around.
Okay.
I've got a potion of healing. It's an action to drink a potion, isn't it?
It is. To retrieve and drink, yeah.
Oh dear. I don't think I can do anything when I just move
away from the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next to the fountain.
Next it's Parker.
Right, so I didn't find anything in investigation. I will kneel down onto the ground, and then
you don't need to do that, Lucas. Just stand in my presence. It's fine.
And then look up into the to see if there's anything on the ceiling. Something hanging on the ceiling.
It's a domed cavern. It's got about a 10-foot ceiling. In the center of that ceiling, there is a 5-foot wide hole.
Is it portable?
5-foot wide hole. Want to do anything else?
Can I step in such that I'm not directly below the hole, but then in the room, so that then I can get a further look up?
Yes,
without
of course
actually
you can.
being
You can step into that.
underneath it, such that if there was something lurking there, it would
Lucas,
drop onto
I'm not
me.
going to trap you. I understand.
It's the underneath of a
The moment
toilet.
you step in. No, not really. Okay. Sessions.
Oh, is that it?
Well, it's just a dark hole in the ceiling. 5
Oh,
foot
I
wide.
see.
You can see
Right.
darkness.
Possibly an
What,
alternative
60
way down here.
dark vision? Depends how long the hole is above, right?
From
if
your
it was only 10
imperfect
foot,
angle-
then that angle you'd see something. If it was like 100 foot long, then obviously you would only be able to see like 50
Well,
foot
it might
up.
be 100 foot long. Tall. You see nothing but hole from your
Right.
vantage point. Sessions.
Okay. Well, I step back out again then.
So that hole goes at least 60 foot up.
Parker couldn't quite get 60 foot worth of vision
50
up the
would
hole.
be my guess.
Yeah.
I guess this is an alternative route down here from above, which means
yes.
you don't have to go into the slime if you find it.
Possibly the correct way in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have
Otherwise
been a
known
bit
as
further
liquid
along
hydrogen.
the river. The way the
I'm just
Graham
trying to
felt
remember
that would
the
have
map
been a
from
nice
above.
way to go.
Is this the only alcove that extends back further?
Yes, as far as you can see.
Well, I'm going to fly over to the other side of the chamber and look at that alcove, the one that's northwest.
Yes, there's a series of alcoves. It almost gives the impression of like teeth of a comb in the northern wall of this chamber. And you're looking at the leftmost,
Yeah.
the westernmost alcove. Well, they're all the same, so far as you can tell. It is bathed with a golden light. At the back of the alcove, which just goes back about 5 feet, there is some, reading off the card, some sort of freestanding portal.
Like all the other ones.
Like all of the other ones around the edge. Yes. The only one without a golden light emitting from it is the deeper alcove that Parker has been
Okay.
We'll always step through, Graham.
too cowardly to do anything about.
Step through one of them, yeah. Or maybe they're ways in,
Yeah.
from different locations.
Do a commune.
Oh, I know. In my go, I'm going to summon the air elemental.
The hair elemental.
The hair elemental.
The helimental.
The helimental. Where would you like your air elemental sessions?
Next to me.
Just standing in front of the second alcove along.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just roll the d6. Aha.
Oh.
Finally.
Okay, gonna roll d20.
Once in every lifetime.
Ignore
There comes a dice roll.
2. Well, I never.
Twice in every lifetime.
Sessions.
Mm-hmm.
From the alcove that your air elemental is floating nearby
Yeah.
to, whatever,
Yep.
from the golden portal steps a figure.
There are 20 entrances. Clockwise, that's number 2.
The figure seems to be some sort of acolyte or priest or something, dressed in robes, human. She steps out from the portal, sees the elemental, sees you, Sessions, takes in the scene, and screeches, and we'll find out who she is.
What?
What's going on here in this strange chamber? No. Is she the harbinger of trouble and nastiness, or
No.
is she a potential ally? Well, we'll find it all out when we pick things up next week.
Excellent.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. Into the Wormcrawl Fisher and Age of Worms are copyright Wizards of the Coast. Into the Wormcrawl Fisher was written by James Jacobs. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening!